Navigating throughout the lifetime of your business, you're going to be faced with many decisions to make. Most will be quick and easy for you to decide on, but when you're faced with a decision that's causing you stress because you're not sure what to do, it can take a lot out of you and have a pretty significant impact on your personal life as well. In today's podcast episode, I'm doing a deep dive into making decisions so that you can make your decisions quicker and with less stress. I'm sharing practical insights and strategies to help you navigate decision-making challenges so that you can propel your business forward. Whether you're starting a business or side hustle, you're a self-employed individual, a solopreneur, entrepreneur, mompreneur, freelancer, business owner, bookkeeper, or virtual assistant. Having the ability to make decisions for your business rather than worrying about making the decision or which decision you should make may be the reason that you're missing opportunities for your business to grow. You're listening to the Mastering Your Small Business Finances podcast, where we get straight to the point on topics that ultimately affect your bottom line. That's right, as an entrepreneur with a small business, money management, growth, marketing, they all affect your bottom line. I'm your host, Chris Ponick. I'm a certified public accountant, and I've been helping small business owners like you navigate and easily understand these complicated topics for over 25 years. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandmother, and a small business owner myself, so I know your time is valuable. In my free time, I make the best sugar cookies and have mastered an amazing chocolate chip cookie recipe. And that's not just my opinion. You're in the right place. I promise your time will be well spent here. Each week, you'll gain confidence and clarity while making a successful impact on your business and grow your bottom line. Get comfy, grab a cookie, and let's get straight to the point with this week's episode. Welcome back. How often do you need to make decisions in your business or even in your personal life? You may just automatically think about the big decisions you need to make, but think about this a little bit more. Think about every decision that you need to make in a day, from the time you get out of bed all the way through when you tuck yourself back into bed after the day is over. You make decisions about what you should have for breakfast, which route you need to take to drive to work, what you'll be doing at work, how you'll spend your evening, and so many more decisions. You make decisions all the time, but when you have a decision you need to make and you're on the fence, or you're unsure about how to make quote-unquote the right decision, it can lead to stress and worry or even doubt that you can make the right decision. Many of the decisions you're making without really spending much time thinking about them, you're trusting your instincts. This can happen when you process information from everything that you've learned in the past and what you think will happen in the future with this decision. You may see this when you make a decision to go to bed early so that you can function your best at work the next day. Have you ever made a decision where you stayed up a little later than you should have and you didn't perform as well as you wanted to the next day? This is part of the information that you've gathered in the past, and it's helping you to make better decisions for your future. All of these decisions that you're making throughout the day can lead to decision fatigue. Our brains have a limited capacity for making choices, and the more decisions that we make, the more fatigued we become. To help stay out of decision fatigue, consider batching similar decisions together, automating routine choices, or even adopting a daily routine that minimizes decision-making for non-essential matters. This is one of the reasons why I highly recommend planning your day in advance. When you take your calendar and decide ahead of time what you'll be doing for the day or even for the week ahead, you're making the best decisions that you can for your upcoming time. This is really crucial when you're working on improving your time management skills. By deciding ahead of time, you can save your decision-making abilities for bigger and more important decisions. When you have a decision to make that isn't as quick to decide, or it isn't as clear as some of the decisions I mentioned earlier, where you're not even really thinking about it when you make the decision, and it seems to be more automatic, many people will start to ponder on the decision that needs to be made. When you have a situation like this, it's good to gather all the necessary information that you need so that you can make an informed decision. Be careful here, though, and try to avoid analysis paralysis. When you know you need to analyze data before making a decision, it may be helpful to set a specific amount of time that you'll allow yourself to gather and analyze the information that you need to make your decision. Once that time is up, make the best decision with the information that you have. Knowing that you're making a well-informed decision will help you stop worrying or stressing over making the decision. If you're an accountant or high-stress professional, you want to start enjoying your life more, both at work and at home. You've likely built a successful career, but at what cost? The problem is, you're so buried in deadlines and to-do lists that there's no time or energy left for the things that really matter. You're great at managing clients, deadlines, and numbers, but your own stress, time, and well-being? Well, they always seem to come last. The constant pressure leads to burnout, guilt, and feeling like no matter how much you do, it's never enough. I see this all the time. As a CPA with over 20 years of experience and a certified coach, I've helped high-achieving professionals, just like you, go from stress and burnout to a more integrated and balanced lifestyle using the reinvention process. This process helps you reduce stress, reclaim your time, and finally build a healthier, happier, and more balanced lifestyle without sacrificing your success. The truth is, stress doesn't go away on its own, and eventually the cost isn't just exhaustion, it's your health, your relationships, and your love for the work you once enjoyed. If you're ready to build a life that you don't need a vacation from, it's easy to get started. First, schedule your complimentary stress audit and clarity session, where in just one session, I'll help you pinpoint what's really draining your time and energy. Create a personalized action plan to help you simplify your life, reclaim your time, and increase your productivity so that you start living with more energy, focus, and freedom. You don't have to keep doing this alone. I can help you customize a plan to stop the overwhelm and start enjoying your life again. Go to financialadventure.com, click on the Work With Me button, and book your free session today. Let this be the moment that you stop just surviving and start living with more control and finally enjoy a more integrated and balanced lifestyle again. In the meantime, check out all the other resources and solutions on my website that you can immediately apply to your life so that you can stop being stressed out and feeling like you're never doing enough, and instead breathe a sigh of relief at the end of the day knowing you've accomplished enough and can enjoy your life more. Decision making is one of the things that I often help my clients with. Walking them through the options they have and helping them come to a decision that they feel good about is such a relief for them. Think about a decision you need to make in your business or your life right now. How long have you been debating about making this decision? Why do you think you haven't made the decision yet? One of the main reasons I find when I'm working with my clients is that they have the fear of failure or the fear of making the wrong decision. When you hold off on making your decision for a long time, it can paralyze you and cause a lot of additional stress, worry, and even potential opportunities that you may be missing. Rather than thinking that you may be failing or making the wrong decision, what if you thought about your decision as a learning opportunity. No matter how the decision turns out, by changing your mindset about this, you'll start seeing that every decision, whether successful or not, is contributing to your growth. This can happen in your business, your career, and even in your personal life. Being resilient, learning from each decision that you make, and moving forward will lead to an overall much happier life. Think about how much time you could be spending on moving forward with the decision that you make, rather than spending the time that you're spending on being indecisive. Where would you rather spend your time? Another thing that helps my clients make better decisions in a faster time frame is when they have clear goals set. When you have a well-defined vision for your business, your career, or your personal life, decision-making becomes more focused and aligned. When you clearly outline your short-term and your long-term goals, they will help guide your choices. I always ensure that my clients are on track to meet their goals. When they encounter a decision that has to be made, we take a look at the goals that they want to reach and make sure that the decisions they are making are putting them in alignment with the achievements they set. When we do this, it very often becomes clear exactly what the decision they need to make is. I also want to talk about the art of saying no. We often face many different opportunities in life, and when we say yes to everything, it can stretch you thin and deplete your resources, which leads to putting off what you really want in your business, your career, or your personal life. Can you think of a time when you said yes to something only to wish you wouldn't have agreed to it so that you could be spending your valuable time on something else? Learning to say no gracefully and strategically can preserve your time and energy for the decisions that truly matter to you in your life. The next time you feel pressured to say yes to something, whether it be in your business or your personal life, ask yourself, if you say yes to this, what would you be missing out on that would help you achieve your goals? What would you actually be saying no to in your life if you say yes to this opportunity? If it's not in alignment with what you really want, it may be time for you to practice the art of saying no. Having an accountant and certified life coach like me or a mentor in your life can also be beneficial so that you can learn from someone who has honed their decision-making skills and can provide you with valuable insights and shortcuts which help you navigate your own path more effectively. Effective decision-making is a skill that can be developed over time. By incorporating these strategies into your life, you'll find yourself making quicker decisions with less stress, which leads to greater success in your business, your career, and your personal life. And you know I'm going to ask, what's at least one thing that you'll take away from this episode that will help your business succeed and grow your bottom line? If you need some accountability, join our private Facebook community and post your action item. We'd love to support you. Thanks for taking the time to tune into this episode of Mastering Your Small Business Finances. If you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed creating it for you, I'd love for you to give it a 5-star rating and subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. Visit financialadventure.com for the show notes, links from this episode, and while you're there, leave a comment if you have a topic you're interested in learning more about that affects your bottom line. If you're looking for a community where you can ask questions and get feedback about your small business, join my private Facebook group. You can find the links to this group and more on financialadventure.com. And remember, any financial information shared on this podcast is not to be considered professional, financial, or tax advice and should not be solely relied upon. Please consult your CPA or tax advisor for an opinion on your specific circumstances. I'm looking forward to having you tune in next time. Until then, dream big, follow your heart, and love what you do.